I'm 34M, and my wife left me for my richer brother after I got laid off. Now she's homeless and begging me to take her back. Let's rewind a bit. I met my wife 8 years ago. We got married 5 years back. She was everything I wanted: smart, charming, and supportive. At least, that's what I thought. I worked as an engineer for a solid company, making good money, enough for a comfortable life. She didn't have to work if she didn't want to, and she seemed happy. Then last year I got laid off. The company downsized, and I was one of the unlucky ones. It sucked, but I had savings, and I was confident I'd find another job soon. My wife, on the other hand, acted like the world had ended. She started picking fights, complaining about our finances, and comparing our life to my older brother's. Now my brother, 38M, is rich. Like stupid rich. He got into crypto early and flipped it into real estate. We weren't super close growing up. He always looked down on me, the boring engineer. But he was family. My wife, though, was very interested in his lifestyle. She started following his Instagram, talking about his vacations, his house, his cars. 2 months after I lost my job, she sat me down with a straight face and said, "I don't think I can do this anymore." "This?" I asked. "This struggle. This uncertainty," she said. "I need stability, and you don't have a plan?" I did have a plan. I was already interviewing at multiple firms. I told her that. She just shook her head. "It's not just about a job. I've been thinking maybe we want different things." 2 weeks later, she moved out. And guess where she went? Straight to my brother's mansion. Yeah, she left me for my own brother. At first, I thought there had to be some mistake. But nope. She posted pictures from his place. New clothes, expensive dinners, luxury vacations. My brother never even bothered to call me. The sheer disrespect? I can't even put it into words. I was angry, sure. But more than that, I was done. I focused on getting my life back on track. Found a new job, better pay, better benefits. Rented a nice apartment. I wasn't drowning in wealth like my brother, but I was doing fine. Then about 6 months later, I got a message from my ex. It was a simple message. "Hey, can we talk?" I stared at it for a while. Talk? After the way she left? After she humiliated me, shacked up with my brother, and flaunted it? I should have ignored her. But curiosity got the better of me. I replied, "About what?" She responded almost instantly. "It's important. Can we meet?" I had no intention of meeting her in person, so I pushed. "Whatever you have to say it here." That's when she dropped it. "He cheated on me?" I actually laughed. Loud. Of course he did. My brother was never the type to settle for one woman. He treated relationships like business deals. When something better came along, he upgraded. And my ex? She was never anything more than a status symbol to him. I typed back, "Not my problem." She started spilling everything. My brother had been cheating on her with a younger woman. Some Instagram model. She found out when she caught them together in the house she left me for. He kicked her out immediately. No arguments, no second chances. Just gone. Now, she was homeless. She had no savings because she never worked a day in her life. No job, no place to go. And guess what? She wanted to come back to me. "I made a mistake," she wrote. "I realize now that I should have never left you. I miss what we had. Please, can we meet? Just to talk." Oh, I'll bet she missed what we had. She missed stability. She missed security. But she didn't miss me. Not really. I could have just blocked her. That would have been the smart thing to do. But I had a better idea. "Sure," I said. "Let's meet." I set up the meeting at a cafe downtown. Public place, neutral ground. I wanted to see her face when she realized just how badly she'd messed up. I got there early, grabbed a coffee, and waited. When she walked in, I barely recognized her. Gone was the polished, well-dressed woman who used to obsess over her looks. She looked rough. No makeup, old clothes, hair tied back in a messy bun. She had bags under her eyes, and she kept glancing around like she expected someone to throw her out. She sat down across from me and gave me a weak smile. "Hi." I took a sip of my coffee. "You wanted to talk?" She sighed, like she was about to launch into some Oscar-worthy monologue. "I know I hurt you. I was selfish. I got caught up in the idea of an easier life, and I made a huge mistake. I should have stood by you. I see that now." I didn't say anything, just watched her squirm. "I miss us," she continued. "I miss you." There it was. The lie. I leaned back. No, you miss being taken care of. You miss having a roof over your head. You miss not struggling. She flinched. That's not fair. It's exactly fair. I cut her off. You didn't just leave me. You left me for my brother. And now that he's done with you, you're crawling back? You expect me to just take you in? Tears welled up in her eyes. I was stupid. I was wrong. I know that now. I let out a sharp laugh. You think I don't remember the way you left? The way you mocked me for struggling? You think I forgot how you paraded your new life all over social media, rubbing it in my face? She reached across the table for my hand, but I pulled back. Please, she whispered. I have nothing. No money, no place to go. Just give me a chance to make things right. I looked her dead in the eyes. No. Her face crumbled. Please, I'll get a job. I'll do anything. I stood up. You made your choice. And now you get to live with it. I left her sitting there crying into her hands. But I wasn't done yet. See my brother? He thought he got away with everything. He thought he could steal my wife, throw her out like trash, and just move on. I wasn't about to let that slide. I had been quiet for too long. My brother took what was mine, disrespected me in the worst way, and never once thought about the consequences. He needed to learn that some betrayals don't just go away. I knew exactly where to hit him. His wealth wasn't just luck. It was carefully built on loopholes, shady deals, and a very fragile reputation. He made enemies along the way, but he stayed just clean enough to avoid serious trouble. If someone were to expose his less-than-legal activities, well, let's just say things wouldn't look so good for him. And guess who had been around long enough to know all his secrets? That's right, my ex. So, I reached out again. Not with pity, not with forgiveness, but with an offer. You need money. I need information. Let's help each other. She hesitated at first, but desperation makes people flexible. And once she realized she had nothing to lose, she started talking. Turns out my brother wasn't just screwing over women. He was screwing over investors, business partners, even the IRS. Under-the-table deals, fake partnerships, undeclared assets. She spilled everything, names included. And she had proof, emails, bank transfers, recorded conversations. The fool trusted her enough to let her see too much. That's all I needed. I compiled everything, made sure it was airtight, then sent it off to the right people, lawyers, financial investigators, and most importantly, the feds. And I didn't stop there. I sent anonymous tips to his biggest investors, business partners, hell, even his competitors. I made sure that by the time he realized someone had flipped his world upside down, it was already too late. Within weeks, the walls started closing in. Government audits, frozen assets, partnerships dissolving, clients pulling out, and then the big one, fraud charges. The last I heard, he was in full panic mode trying to cover his tracks, but there was too much dirt. He was looking at serious legal trouble, and with how much money he had siphoned into offshore accounts, there was a good chance he'd be facing prison time. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. And my ex? Once she realized how deep his downfall went, she tried reaching out again. This time, not for help, but because she was scared. She knew my brother, knew how vengeful he could be. She wanted to make sure I wasn't going to let her get caught in the crossfire. I sent her one last message. You picked him over me. Now you can deal with what comes next. Blocked. As for me, I moved on. Found someone who actually values me, who was there before I started thriving again. I built myself back up without the dead weight of a traitorous wife and an arrogant brother dragging me down. And if I ever need a reminder of what I escaped, I just think about the two of them, one facing prison, the other completely alone. Some choices can't be undone, and some betrayals deserve nothing but ruin. So, yeah, if you enjoyed watching karma do its job, you might want to stick around. I've got plenty more stories where this came from.